And sort of just to start off, this is sort of a broad question, but I'm curious, given all of your experience, how have you seen the nature of third-party and supply chain cyber risks sort of evolving in the past few years, and what new challenges are you seeing today?
Yeah, I mean, the evolution starts with the twin trends that are now going on for a couple of decades of, if not more, of outsourcing and digitalization, right? So outsourcing and sort of streamlining activities to take advantage of different parts of supply bases. It means that we've created a reality that for a lot of manufacturing companies, defense industrial based companies, a lot of what they do is wholly rely on third and fourth and fifth parties in terms of their supply chains. And so, the supply chains themselves have got a lot more complicated. And then on the other side, supply chains have gotten much more digitized, software-enabled decision-making, software-enabled logistics, software-enabled business process systems, hardware to automate different technologies and the like. And so, we see supply chains that are more complex and more reliant on what we'll call information communications technology and operational technology. And what that has then done is introduced cyber risk into the equation, because anything that has gotten more digital, anything that's gotten more complicated has expanded the exposure of potential attack spaces. And we've seen adversaries, particularly adversarial nation states, as well as criminals, look for vulnerabilities, look for holes that they can exploit in operating systems and have used that to use supply chains as an attack vector. And so, the whole nature of supply chain risk has expanded over the last 20 years. I think it's fair to say, with cyber being one of the things we think about the most in terms of supply chain risk. And then, I'd be remiss not to talk about the fact that also part of the outsourcing has been outsourcing to suppliers who are linked to countries that we would consider adversarial now from the United States perspective. And we see that, countries that have significant foreign ownership, or suppliers that have significant foreign ownership or control from the Chinese government and are linked to the Chinese government, the same with the Russian government. And, those governments who happen to own part of the supply base and might be adversarial to American interests can use those supply bases and those supply chains as an avenue for geopolitics and for, even potentially conflict.
Unlock your potential with lessons from the best in the business. This exclusive event is hosted by Elizabeth Blosfield, Chad Hemingway, Andrea Wells, Alan Lehman, and Ezra Amaker. Visit riskyfuture.com to view the on-demand videos.